We often hear that the best way to enjoy Star Citizen at its full potential is to group with other players and create our own way of playing. And it's true that for quite a few people here this might be hard to hear. But as far as I'm concerned, I often go for a different approach, as I tend to use the existing gameplay phases created by the developers and add on my very own objectives, so that I can add extra value to those. And that is what we are going to be doing in today's video. So today's goal is quite simple. We are going to take a bounty hunting mission, a VHRT mission, get the materials here from the ships that we are going to be destroying, as well as perhaps their cargo as well, and then we are going to resell everything. I have therefore invited members of the ERAT Club to join me, and 4 people have answered the call: Daft Digit, Drew Bogey, Hot Parker, and Let's Go Easy, and I really thank them a lot for taking their time to be joining me in this adventure. So, speaking of adventure, it started at Seraphim Station, where the docking port did not want to extend all the way to my 890 jump, so we had to go in by EVA from Pad 1. Luckily, it was only a distance of 700 meters. Luckily, I had already loaded 1 MPUV cargo, 3 Furies, and 2 Merlins, which has made us save 2 hours. Yes, that's the time it took me to prepare for this mission. Once everybody was on board, we just had to go. Also, note that we did not go with our reclaimer because I really needed everybody on board for the battle that was about to begin. Now, before engaging the enemy, the instructions were given to the crew here. The 2 main guns would have to be armed, and 2 interceptors would then be launched to distract enemy targets. Once deployed, the fighters would then try to stay in formation with our cruiser here until the enemy would be in range. And so then this would avoid the fighters from being exposed to enemy fire without any support. We then approached the enemy as it was identified: 1 reclaimer, 1 freelancer missile, and 2 Scorpius. By working together, the Furies had no difficulty to get rid of the enemy fighters, while my gunners were targeting the biggest of the enemy here, the Reclaimer. Thanks to its powerful shields of size 4, and also having put all the energy to these very shields, my cruiser got absolutely no damage and was able to get rid of the Reclaimer and the Freelancer missile without any trouble, well helped by my 2 interceptors, which successfully fulfilled their role of distraction. But before leaving, I had to make sure that nothing would happen to the remains of the ship that we had destroyed, and that's why the 2 interceptors had a new mission here: just stay over here, patrol the area to make sure that everything remains as it is, while the rest of the group would then go to Grimex. Daft Digit, the owner of the Reclaimer, who was not really able to pilot by his own simply because perhaps he was a little bit intoxicated. These things happen. He needed a pilot, and that is why Hot Parker decided to volunteer for the job. I therefore transported the 2 men on board in our MPUV, which then was used as a shuttle toward the station where they were able to take the Reclaimer. In the meantime, I went back to the mothership and then went back to the zone controlled by our interceptors. Once back here, the mission of the pilots was over, and their new instruction was to go back into the hangar so that then they would take part of the operations to get some of the RMCs. Unfortunately, it was impossible to get the cargo of the Starfarer because its door would not open further, and it was impossible for us to get the containers. The destruction of the ship unfortunately destroyed most of the hull, and all of the Quantanium and Altroxytoxin was lost. Anyway, we were not there for that. The more the operation continued, the more we decided to transfer some of the containers from the Reclaimer to the cruiser, because we wanted to avoid the risks of losing everything in case of one of our ships was to be destroyed. We are never too careful here, and we should never put all of our eggs in the same basket. Our next destination was Brio's Brickyard. Yes, of course, we could have gone to a landing zone, but according to some information that we had here, the RMC market is saturated, and Brio seemed like the only place where we could sell our hull as quickly as possible. There again, once we arrived, we sent some fighters for reconnaissance, and this also could give us an idea of what to expect on site. There were no players there, but a hostile Reclaimer, which then we decided to engage. The fighters were sent first, and then our cruiser joined the fray. Once the battle was over, given the dangerosity of the location and also our limited forces, we decided to land as quickly as possible to sell our hull. And while the fighters remained in the sky to patrol the area, the crew of our 890 Jump went into the MPUV to unload in front of the main building. This choice also allowed us to avoid leaving the elevator open, which could have allowed an intruder to get on board. The RMC was then sold, but not the construction material, so our next destination was easily chosen, Horizon. It was at that time that the patrol alerted us of the presence of a hostile cutlass. There was no time to lose here. All the personnel on the ground went into the MPUV and we quickly got back into our fighters so that we could get rid of the intruder.
Your adventure, courtesy of Kruger.
I'm deeply concealed. Here in the shadows, the fates are sealed. There's no tomorrow, it's what I like.
Landing gear raised.
And I will strike with all my might. I'm the eradicator. I'll
The threat was therefore removed and was then time to get back on board our ship. Unfortunately, we lost a Fury in the battle, but given everything that we had achieved, the loss of one single fighter seemed like a good outcome in the end. We then rose into the air immediately, but we realized that the crew of the Reclaimer was on board. That was quite an embarrassing mistake, and given the fact that it was quite urgent to go to Horizon, given the fact that there was not much time left, we decided to sacrifice our MPUV so that Daft Digit and Hot Parker could go to their Reclaimer as quickly as possible. The way to Horizon was without any issues here. I was able to dock without any issues, and then we went for a drink because working as hard as we did, well, that makes us thirsty. We then sold the metals at the TDD and then went to the municipal services to sell the construction material. The Reclaimer, unfortunately, did not make it because the pilot crashed as he arrived at Horizon, and so we are afraid that the ship is now in unknown status, which then comforted our decision to split the hull in two different ships. The total payment was 66,000 Alpha UEC per player. Yes, that is not much, but at least we had an excellent time together, and also we were able to experience some gameplay that we would never be able to experience if we were playing solo, and this is worth all the rewards of the verse. With that being said, now has come the time to say goodbye. If you enjoyed this video, let me know with a thumbs up. Please let me know in the comment section down below what was your most epic multi-crew session. That should be interesting and perhaps it will give us some ideas. And also don't forget to subscribe for more Star Citizen content. A big shout out to my Patreon and YouTube members who made this content possible, including Deplorable Fidel, Dr. Fabian, Zero Crusher, Ducky to Ducker, and Shadow Rise. I've been Rad, and I'll see you guys in the next one.